Richard Buckminster Fuller was an architect, designer, and philosopher known for his innovative ideas and projects. He gained fame for his geodesic domes and concepts of sustainable development, which have significantly influenced modern architecture and ecological thinking. His work continues to inspire and motivate the creation of a more harmonious world. Never forget that you are one of a kind. Never forget that if there weren't any need for you in all your uniqueness to be on this earth, you wouldn't be here in the first place. And never forget, no matter how overwhelming life's challenges and problems seem to be, that one person can make a difference in the world. In fact, it is always because of one person that all the changes that matter in the world come about. So be that one person. If success or failure of this planet and of human beings depended on how I am and what I do, how would I be? What would I do? You never change things by fighting the existing reality. To change something, build a new model that makes the existing model obsolete. There is no such thing as a failed experiment, only experiments with unexpected outcomes. You cannot change how someone thinks, but you can give them a tool to use, which will lead them to think differently. The minute you begin to do what you really want to do, it's really a different kind of life. 99% of who you are is invisible and untouchable. Mistakes are great. The more I make, the smarter I get. I'm not a genius. I'm just a tremendous bundle of experience. The purpose of our lives is to add value to the people of this generation and those that follow. It is now highly feasible to take care of everybody on Earth at a higher standard of living than any have ever known. It no longer has to be you or me. Selfishness is unnecessary and henceforth unrationalizable, as mandated by survival. Nature is a totally efficient, self-regenerating system. If we discover the laws that govern this system and live synergistically within them, sustainability will follow and humankind will be a success. If I ran a school, I'd give the average grade to the ones who gave me all the right answers for being good parrots. I'd give the top grades to those who made a lot of mistakes and told me about them, and then told me what they learned from them. The further art advances, the closer it approaches science, said Leonardo da Vinci, painter, sculptor, architect, engineer, and inventor of the wheelbarrow and other useful instruments. From the speaking tube to a mechanically gyp-proof whorehouse, the further science advances, the closer it approaches art. We are called to be architects of the future, not its victims. To do more and more with less and less until eventually you can do everything with nothing. There is nothing in a caterpillar that tells you it's going to be a butterfly. We were deliberately designed to learn only by trial and error. We're brought up, unfortunately, to think that nobody should make mistakes. Most children get de-geniused by the love and fear of their parents that they might make a mistake. But all my advances were made by mistakes. You uncover what is when you get rid of what isn't. Human beings always do the most intelligent thing after they've tried every stupid alternative and none of them have worked. It is not for me to change you. The question is, how can I be of service to you without diminishing your degrees of freedom? Real wealth is ideas plus energy. When I am working on a problem, I never think about beauty, but when I have finished, if the solution is not beautiful, I know it is wrong. You never change people by fighting their existing reality. The things to do are the things that need doing, that you see need to be done, and that no one else seems to see need to be done. Then you will conceive your own way of doing that, which needs to be done, that no one else has told you to do or how to do it. This will bring out the real you that often gets buried inside a character that has acquired a superficial array of behaviors induced or imposed by others on the individual. You can rest assured that if you devote your time and attention to the highest advantage of others, The universe will support you, always and only in the nick of time. Don't try to make me consistent. I am learning all the time. War is obsolete. We are not here to fight something or tear something down. We are here to be the example of what is possible. Any sane individual will tell you that violence is not the way. Search others for their virtue and yourself for your vices. Pollution is nothing but the resources we are not harvesting. We allow them to disperse because we've been ignorant of their value. Don't fight forces, use them. Take the initiative, go to work, and above all, cooperate and don't hold back on one another or try to gain at the expense of another. Any success in such lopsidedness will be increasingly short-lived. These are the synergetic rules that evolution is employing and trying to make clear to us. They are not man-made laws. They are the infinitely accommodative laws of the intellectual integrity governing the universe. The nearest each of us can come to God is by loving the truth. There's enough for everyone. People think that there isn't enough, so they get as much as they can, so many people don't have enough. Sharing is having more. Humans have always, unknowingly, affected all universe by every act and thought they articulate or even consider. Our power is in our ability to decide. You cannot question an assumption you do not know you have made. The reward for being a good problem solver is to be heaped with more and more difficult problems to solve. People should think things out fresh and not just accept conventional terms and the conventional way of doing things. Most of my advances were by mistake. You uncover what is when you get rid of what isn't. Man knows so much and does so little. You can't better the world by simply talking to it. Philosophy, to be effective, must be mechanically applied. If you are the master, be sometimes blind. If you are the servant, be sometimes deaf. Wealth is the product of energy times intelligence, energy turned into artifacts that advantage human life. Wealth is a measure of a person's ability to survive so many days forward. Integrity is the essence of everything successful. Everyone is born a genius, but the process of living de-geniuses them. Nature is trying very hard to make us succeed, but nature does not depend on us. We are not the only experiment. The more for whom we strive to serve, the greater effectiveness we will have. You can never learn less, you can only learn more. The reason I know so much is because I have made so many mistakes. The more we learn, the more we realize how little we know. Each one of us has something to contribute. This really depends on each one doing their own thinking, but not following any kind of rule. Always tell only the truth and all the truth, and do so promptly, right now. Controlled time is our true wealth. Everything we see is inside our own heads.